Right, welcome back. We're currently in a bit of a mess because we're getting ready to go on holiday, so by the time this video goes live on the channel, we'll already be in the Dominican Republic, which is really fun. Susie's super excited about that. Woohoo! Do you want us to turn around? Let's have a little, come on. She's got her pyjamas on.
Hi everybody! Please ignore the mess around.
Okay,
Lots of packing.
I'm just going to zoom in on the mess.
Oh my god. Well, the suitcases are done.
Yeah.
So we're just spending the afternoon trying to just finalise things and rest.
Your nails are done as well, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Have my nails done for the first time in ages because I'm predominantly housebound most of the time, so I don't need them. How has Sean got ready? So I've done my nails. What have you done? Oh, he's going out on his bike.
I'm going out on my bike for a final ride because I don't know if there'll be motorcycles in the Dominican Republic, but I've got this new Oxford textile jacket. I was kind of drawn to the colour, and they had this on sale. I think it was £55, including delivery, so I couldn't really turn it down. I'm really getting used to the textile jackets.
It's very similar looking to your
wax
cotton one that everybody comments on. So it's very similar style to that. It's just different material, isn't it?
It's blue, isn't it? I just thought it'd be quite nice, and I've
yeah,
paired
with your
it
dark
with...
blue eyes, it looks great.
Does look great. Good point. That's
not what you were going to say, was
colours.
it?
No.
You've paired it with your...
Paired it with my Alpinestars Andy's Tourer bottoms. I don't normally mix and match because this suit zips to the top, but I just thought it'd be quite nice for today. And I've got these RST Thermotech, I think they're called, which Suzie bought me 2 Christmases ago now, is it?
Yeah. Still
going strong. 3 heat settings, lovely in this weather. And then this year's Christmas present, which I've talked about in a previous video, is the Pharaoh Robson synthetic sort of ankle high touring boots.
He did get biker gear, guys.
I did, yeah, which is a good result. So they've got stainless steel machined clips, really solid, loads of grip on them, and I was wearing sports bike boots which had no grip at all. So I'm going to go out on the bike now. The Vosges is out there next to our friendly garden pigeon. Alright, well, I'm now back out on the road, and I thought today it's such a nice opportunity to go out. I'm not going to be riding a bike for a while, so I'll take this opportunity because the sun's shining. It's one of those lovely crisp winter's days. Can't really fault it, can you? I'm on the B4205. I think it's that road anyway. It goes from Worcester, heads west through a few small villages, Lower Broad Heath, and then through Martley, and then a few more little hamlets, and then ends up in Tenbury Wells. Really nice road actually. It's in Bikers Britain, which is one of the more famous guides, just telling us Brits where the best roads are, where we should ride for views and that kind of thing. And that's probably going to be the topic of today's video actually. So last year I went on a lovely tour of Europe, and I headed through down through the UK to the ferry terminal, went down through France, around Paris, headed into Germany, and then Austria, and then Slovakia, before coming back up through Poland. And then I wish people would overtake you when they feel the need. It's a good opportunity there to overtake. Yeah, then through Poland, I came back through the top of Germany again, and then the Netherlands, was it? Yeah, Netherlands, and then back to Calais, and then back on the tunnel. It was a really, really good trip. I learned a lot about touring, about my ability to ride the bike, and about what I needed and this kind of thing. What kit was essential, what kit was kind of superfluous to requirements. And I thought, well, I want to plan a trip this year, and you need to plan these things in because it's going to take a couple of weeks. The last time I did it in 10 days, but I was really caning it. I don't really want... Oh, he got a shock and corrected halfway through the corner. I want to do it properly this year, and so I'm going to think about it, where I'm going to go. And luckily, I was bought a book from Santa. I say Santa because in our family we do Secret Santa. So somebody bought me a book, which I'm very grateful to whoever it was. On paper it was Santa, so I'll express my thanks to him. And the book is Motorcycle Touring of Europe. A really, really good book. loads of interesting routes, and some of the images in the book are absolutely stunning, so I'm quite excited to be able to check out. Guy gave a nod of his head, didn't he? Quite excited to be able to check out some of these routes. And there are a few options. Obviously we've got the UK to start with. Wales is quite interesting. They've got Snowdonia in the northwest of Wales. There's a Snowdonia National Park. Snowdonia's got amazing views, great mountains, but there's a few downsides to it. It's going to be busy in summer, and also it's almost like a pocket mountain range. I think Snowdonia is quite small compared to other parts of the UK, like the Highlands of Scotland. You've got the option to go down to Devon as well. No mountains down there, but loads of countryside roads, like nice beaches, coves, that kind of thing. Wouldn't take too long to get to either. And then of course you've got the Highlands of Scotland, the North Coast 500, which would be a really good place to go. Haven't been there before either. I think to get up there it's about 700 miles, so if I was riding, you know, long distances each day, then I could potentially do that in 2 days. And of course then you've got Northern Ireland as well, technically part of the UK. You need to get a ferry over there. That wouldn't take too long, and I could end up going around the Gold Coast, the north of Ireland, which is really good actually, because I've been there to visit a friend when he got married. I've been to a wedding over there, but I've never been there on a motorcycle. And it's very sparsely populated, so you'd have a lot of opportunities to ride on roads where you didn't have traffic and people clogging up the roads, so that would be one advantage of going there. So I don't want to rule out the UK, but the options in Europe are also really interesting. So I'm just going to let this guy go past because it's quite. There you go. Because yeah, the other options in Europe are quite powerfully tempting as well. So, as I mentioned, I went to Slovakia before, but you've got the options of the Alps, which is spectacular. I haven't ridden through the Alps before, so you could go down through France, through the Alps into Italy. There's some amazing mountain passes and things down there. There's the Picos mountain range in northern Spain, which again is quite sparsely populated. Be quite a good option to go to. It's guaranteed, it's sort of a biker's mecca. It's also not that far. It's looking about 800 miles from door to, actually less than that. It's about 800 miles to the south of Spain. So I think you'll be able to get there in a day or two. You could even take a ferry as well. So lots of options there. Obviously you've got very further afield destinations like the Balkans. I rode in Croatia before, but there's Bosnia, Albania, which is meant to be stunning. Bulgaria, which I've visited, so you can see that on the channel. That would be a good shout. But having said that, it's a long way to get there. And if you want to go even further, you might as well go to Turkey. The eastern plain of Turkey is meant to be pretty interesting, and that'd be a nice place to go, wouldn't it? You'd feel quite adventurous, shall we say, being able to go down to Turkey by motorcycle. So loads of options. The other thing is to go north as well. So instead of going down south, don't forget it gets very hot down there in the summer months, down in Turkey and Albania and Croatia. It gets piping hot, it's actually quite uncomfortable. I could go north and go over the Channel Tunnel and then go over to Norway and ride those roads around the fjords. And that's also a great option, which would be nice in the summer, wouldn't it? Because it'd be warm, but it wouldn't be too over suffocating. You wouldn't be sweating buckets. I think it would just be pleasant. So that's an option. And the other thing to add to this mix is that it's Andy's 40th birthday this year, and you might remember Andy because he featured on the channel before to talk about his bike. And I know he wants to do a tour on the bikes for his birthday, and he's got the 2021 BMW GS Adventure, all the gear as well, so he's really keen to get that bike out and use it as a sort of a birthday trip. I think it's a good shout. So obviously I'm not going to plan a totally independent trip, seeing he's already mentioned that he wants to do something. So hopefully we'll get together and think of a plan to do something. Which would be good fun. Now, interestingly, I've talked about his GSA on the channel before, but the Vosges can do, I think, 90% of what those bigger adventure bikes can do. And I've spent a lot of time optimising the Vosges, making it sort of suitable for me. I've got the screen, handlebar risers, heated grips, adjustable levers, crash guards, got this little thing for the GoPro, deflector on the top. So I've done bits and bobs to make the Vosges comfortable, or make it more suitable for a longer distance. So that kind of informs my decision perhaps to keep the Vosges for a bit longer. If anybody wants to come and buy it, then perhaps I'd let it go for the right money, but if no one's biting my arm off to have the Vosges, I'd probably keep it because it is quite good for these longer trips. Right, I can see my way across, yeah. And the thing is, you can spend huge money on a Triumph Tiger or Ducati Multistrada or the BMW GSA, but on a smaller capacity bike, so I've got 500cc parallel twin underneath me, I can do most of the things those big bikes can do. The one exception probably being motorway cruising, so the Vosges gets a little bit out of puff at 80 miles an hour plus, and it's got that sort of buzzy nature to it, whereas those bigger bikes with 1200cc plus, they don't really struggle. You know, it's hardly straining the motor, and they've all got cruise control and everything like that. But for my investment, I think, what was this bike, $5.5 grand, you can have a lot of fun on it, and I've already proved you can go long distances on them, especially now I've modified it to my liking. So yeah, we might do something together with the lads, which, oh, hello Mr. Horse, which I'm okay with actually. I do like riding on my own, but it's a bit of fun to do it with someone else, doesn't it? It changes the dynamic a little bit. I've ridden with Andy before and know it's pretty good. He's a good person to do a tour with. Got another friend actually, but he'd be up for a bike ride, but he hasn't got the bike to do it at the moment. Riding a Daytona 675, which, and I know I go on about my Daytona, but they really upped the sort of bent knee ergonomics on the 675, and it's quite an aggressive riding position. And to do hundreds of miles a day on it for multiple days, I think you'd struggle. And not to mention luggage. What are you going to do with all your stuff for multiple days? It's going to be a little bit tricky to put it all somewhere, isn't it? Even if you sling some stuff over the tail. Alright, well, I mentioned at the start of the video, we're going to Dominican Republic, which I'm super excited for. I haven't been anywhere for ages, since March actually, and I'm recording this almost at the end of 2022. So I haven't been anywhere for 9 months, really. I've been places, but not off work, if you know what I mean. So this is a proper off work holiday. So Susie's actually done all the packing, which is really good. She's been doing that for the last few days. We haven't actually left it today to pack, so we're actually going tomorrow. And it's going to be really good. No motorcycles there, so I'm going to make this video now, and I'll schedule it to upload in the middle of January or something like that. So just to say hello to you guys, to subscribers and that kind of thing. But at the time of you watching this, I'll be in the Dominican Republic, hopefully see some whales. But we're not going to do much. We're just going to have a totally relaxing time. Susie's not been very well for quite a while, so this holiday should do us some good. Obviously we've got a long flight to go on, but when we get there, hopefully she can just relax, and we're going all-inclusive, so they'll be able to make the food and things for us, so we won't have to cook or anything for a couple of weeks. Just turn up, have all the food and drink you want. I'm not going to overeat and gain all the weight on though, but it is just going to be nice not to have to worry about sorting yourself out with food and drink. That's a big advantage as well. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Just a little bit of a motorcycle vlog out on the Vosges, enjoying it. As I say, I'll catch you when I'm back from holiday, so I hope you enjoy yourselves and ride safe. and I'll catch you in the next one.